Hello, everyone. AfeBabalola's relative vows anyone who protests Farotimi's arrest in Ekiti will suffer. The audacity with which people say things and do things is just unbelievable. By the way, today is 13 days since Dele Farotimi was abducted by the Nigerian police and from his office in Lagos and taken to Ekiti State, where they've remanded him and charged him to court for a crime that does not exist in Ekiti State. Criminal defamation does not exist in the laws of Ekiti State as a crime. Dele Farotimi wrote a book, The Criminal Justice System in Nigeria, and then AfeBabalola felt that he was defamed in the book, and instead of AfeBabalola to follow the due process and sue Dele Farotimi for civil defamation, he decided he was going to act out what Dele Farotimi had said he did in the book and really act it out. And now you have a relative of his, saying that they were going to make people suffer. Mike Oshaloni, a high chief in Ado-Ekiti and AfeBabalola's family head, has issued threats to Nigerians planning to protest the arrest of Dele Farotimi, a human rights lawyer. While entertaining questions in a video which surfaced online in the early hours of Saturday, Oshaloni said the protesters would be prevented from exercising their rights in Ado-Ekiti, the capital of Ekiti State. This is Foundation for Investigative Journalism reporting, and that's where I'm reading from. Farotimi wants to blackmail him, Babalola. He has blackmailed him. He has defamed his character assassination. He has bastardized everything that stands on the name of Chief AfeBabalola, and we want to resist it, said Oshaloni. Just to say here, the person who is really bastardizing everything is actually Chief AfeBabalola himself, with the actions that he has taken and the process for which he has taken them. Yes, due process has to be followed. The law has to be followed. Nobody is asking him not to do that. Nobody is asking him not to sue Dele Farotimi, but to use the police to abduct them, because the police is a willing tool of oppression, and also use the judiciary, which happens to be available to the highest bidder, to go after Dele Farotimi in the manner that he has gone after Dele Farotimi. We tell even those who are skeptical that indeed there is no flame, like they say, without fire, and definitely there's something in the book that Mr. Dele Farotimi has written. We want to let him know that whether he did it on his own or he's being sponsored, we want him to know that we are ready to confront the thing head to head. Farotimi and people like Femi Falana and others are professional protesters. For little things, they want to turn whole world upside down. You say it is only a bastard who uses his left hand to describe the the house of his father. There is no way there is no way. After all the protested against the president of this country, let them go on. But for them to come to Ado or Ekiti to say they want to protest, we're waiting for them. Honestly speaking, unless the police stops them, we will tell them that this is the root and foundation of AfeBabalola. I will tell them that they can't operate. Bet me, they can't do it. If they do it, they will suffer for it. They will know that they don't have the monopoly of violence alone. They don't. Well, they haven't used violence. I've never used violence. You are the one who are saying that you're going to be violent against the people for exercising their right, and showing, of course, that indeed what was written in that book happens to looks like it is the truth at the end of the day. He continued by saying, I am High Chief Mike Oshaloni, the Oloti of Ado-Ekiti, a member of Ewuye Council proper. I am the head of the family of AfeBabalola, his root and foundation. Oshaloni went on to voice his opinion on freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is not absolute. I think you agree with that, Oshaloni. Loni said. Whatever you say, you must expect consequences for it. So either he's doing it willingly or being sponsored, whoever is involved, they are going to regret this action. So yeah, and he has said it. Mr. Dele Farotimi has said it constantly that he's ready to face the consequences of his action. So why are they now, you know, acting out the criminal justice system he talked about in his book? Why is that what is now playing out? So follow the right process of the court. Follow the just process of the court. Not an illegal abduction just because you have money to be able, or power, whatever it is, to be able to influence police and influence the judiciary, and then you go on and use it this way. For those who don't get it, Femi Falana, felt he was defamed when Very Dark Man said certain things about him and also about his son. What did they do? They simply went to court, they sued him. They didn't go and look for police that will arrest him and put him in jail and sort of do. No, they didn't do it any, of that. I'm just coming, okay. I'm just coming from the Federal High Court. This relative of AfeBabalola, as reported, said, "I accused the lawyer that came. I cannot imagine lawyers coming to support Farotimi in the name of doing their job, destroying somebody who is very senior member of the association without waiting to know the basic truth of this matter. It is very appalling, very disgraceful." Well, is this particular man that says he's the head of the family that's actually appalling and disgraceful, because he seemed not to understand that, right to defense, right to a counsel, is an absolute right. It's not one that can be taken away. It's not a relative right, and so it's an absolute right. Everyone has a right to a defense counsel, no matter what he thinks it is. Talk less of this one. Okay, he has written, and you feel the fame, then go to court the way you ought to do, not using the this police as a tool of oppression, and definitely not using the judiciary in the way that you want to do them. On July 2nd, Farotimi released a book titled Nigeria and Its Criminal Justice System. Months after the release of the 116-page book, Babalola accused Farotimi of defamation. The human rights lawyer was subsequently arrested in a Gestapo-like manner at his Lagos office by a group of policemen attached to the Ekiti State Police Command on December 2nd, and then transported to Ekiti State. Apart from the defamation charges initially brought against Farotimi at an Ekiti State magistrate court by Babalola's team, Kayode Egbetukwu, the IG of police, filed 12 additional charges against Farotimi at an Ekiti Federal High Court on December 6th. And Abuja High Court has also ordered multiple security agencies in the country to seize physical copies of the book from all bookstands and stores nationwide. The court also temporarily restrained Farotimi from further publishing, selling, circulating, advertising, or distributing the physical, hard, digital, soft copies of the book online, electronically, physically, or by any other means. Farotimi's trial has led to criticism from Nigerians, with many calling for a protest to be staged against what they term an unlawful arrest. Thank you.